Hi guys, welcome to non-vertical vlogging in the car. So today I'm getting that COVID test and then we're driving back to the apartment. So let's stay at the apartment for a couple days. Like, we're gonna be home, I think I'm gonna be home one day this week. Sunshine is not very happy with me because our car is packed. It's just really packed. Her mom is bad at executive functioning and packing, so that's kind of that. So today, or not today, so this week, basically what we have planned is that tomorrow, Brielle has a procedure, or she has some imaging she has to get done. And then we have a meeting for her major on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, I have a normal day of life. I have a normal life on Wednesday. And then Thursday, I am heading to the hospital for my testing, my procedure, which is I'm getting a sleep study. I, for the longest time, have had issues with sleeping. Here, I'll insert a picture right here. This is one of the very first pictures I have that kind of proves this topic. It's me, and we're at a family reunion, and I was asleep on the grass. Well, I wasn't asleep, but like, I was so tired that I just laid down like that, and I just clonked out. Like, you know, I couldn't be awake anymore, which was really frustrating. Because it was a family reunion. You don't see those people very often. So this is like, and it's not like the first time, but like it's one of the first pictures I have of it. We have a ton of pictures of me like sleeping in different places. This has been happening probably since at least the beginning of high school, if not sophomore year. So this has been happening for a really long time. Just basically I would get, like, especially in high school when this originally got kind of upped in ante. Yeah, in high school it just was, I would get through my day and I'd get home and I'd sleep. So there wasn't really the opportunity to do homework per se, which is why and I'm also a procrastinator, and the two really don't mix. So when you sleep all afternoon and into the night and into the morning, and you don't do homework, or you don't do your homework because you procrastinate, it's not a good situation. So I would always miss deadlines, and because I was in a charter school, it wasn't like I had late assignments. I full on didn't complete projects. Like, the only time I could work on stuff was school, and it's been the same way in college, except the fact that you don't work on things in classes. So it's always been procrastinating to the last minute, really struggling through whatever episode I'm having because I'm exhausted. Just not a fun time. So yeah, it's really affected my ability to be able to study, to be able to read, to be able to socialize. Like, I haven't been part of a club because either I have a medical episode going on, like a migraine or a POTS episode. My body is too physically fatigued, and I'm sleeping. I'm sleeping the entire time. I had to change my class schedule to meet the demands of my fatigue, which is a serious problem. And I brought it up to my POTS doctor, and he was like, you have POTS. What did you expect? Like, what do you want me to do? And I'm like, well, I need to be able to function. And we've had this argument for forever, and it is part of why I have a wheelchair, is for the fatigue problems, because the more I'm up and walking around and exerting myself, the more tired I get. So on days, not necessarily every day, but like walking around campus, going on bigger trips, you know, like we went to, there's the Chicago vlog that's up on this iCard. Days like that would have been really nice to have a wheelchair. But, you know, I was talking to my primary and I was kind of just sitting there and I'm like, you know, I really am trying to fix some of these major issues before I get into the workforce so that I can function. And she's like, yeah, I feel bad for you. And I'm like, well, lately I have either been like not sleeping at like very minimally, and then napping all throughout the afternoon and into the evening so that I'm not sleeping, or I'm napping in the afternoon and sleeping in the evening and sleeping in past like what I'm supposed to, which is what happened over Thanksgiving break. It's just very unpredictable and it's very frustrating because it's like, it's getting to the point where like I am not waking up on time and I'm starting to be late, which usually I'm not. Usually morning wake-ups haven't been an issue, but lately in the past year or so especially, it's been harder to get up. And then in the last month or two, I've been late to things. It's to the point where like I can't get myself out of bed because of like I just can't, my body just won't go. I talked to my primary, she did the Epworth scale and I got an 11. So I think it's like anything more than 8 or 9. I'd have to double check. I'll put it in here. Is when you should get evaluated by a sleep doctor. Now, in our hospital system, and it might be the same other places, it might not be. I just have never seen it done this way because I've never seen a sleep doctor. The sleep doctor is a pulmonologist, which does make sense in the idea that, like, a lot of cases they're probably treating are sleep apnea, which is definitely, I don't think anybody thought that was the case here. I think we were thinking, my primary said both conditions right off the bat. She said, oh, well, you might have idiopathic hypersomnia or narcolepsy. And it would be narcolepsy without cataplexy. And cataplexy is basically like, you're happy and woohoo, and then you're like, I'm a zombie. You know, like, I'm not with it. And I mean, like, there's been, like, some episodes of that, but, like, not enough where I'd consider it to be, like, a thing. I think it's just the matter of, like, my energy bar goes from, like, really, really high and happy and optimistic, you know, like 75, 80%, because I never reach 100 when I sleep, you know, so I, like, go throughout my day and it just kind of, it just goes from, like, maybe, like, 60, 70% to 0, or maybe, like, 25%, you know, when your phone goes, okay, low battery, the battery bar is red, battery, but that was part of why I saw the pulmonologist. So I saw the pulmonologist, and one of the things we did was set up the Methacholine challenge for the asthma, which is just like the breathing test. And then, sorry, that was gross. And then she said, you know, you have POTS. I'm like, yeah. And she's like, oh, so you probably have idiopathic hypersomnia. So if you guys don't know what idiopathic hypersomnia is, a sleep disorder, but they don't know why it's happening. Except in the case of POTS, they know that they're correlated. They know that they usually say, hey, if we don't know what's going on, it's idiopathic. You know, it doesn't have a main root cause to it. So people, like my family members, laugh at me because they're like, oh, it's idiopathic, so it doesn't exist. And then people look at you and go, oh, you're a hypochondriac. And like, it's really annoying. But it is recognized by the American Sleep Society. You know, I met with a sleep doctor and she said, you know, you probably have idiopathic hypersomnia. It's common correlated condition with POTS. So she knew, like, right off the bat, like, most likely what was going on. We are testing it as if it is narcolepsy because that's how insurance does it. She just immediately was like, well, insurance isn't gonna like that, it's related to that. So, like, they don't, because it's idiopathic, the insurance is gonna be like, well, that doesn't really exist. So we are testing it to see if it's narcolepsy, but, like, that's how you get it paid for, kind of thing. And I mean, it could be, but, like, most likely it's idiopathic hypersomnia because it's pretty common with POTS. I just saw a Dysautonomia International post, like, some kind of, like, it was a meme. I was like, my family, why aren't you, like, joining us and socializing and stuff? And it's like, my sleep disorder. So, and then a lot of people in the comments were like, oh yeah, my idiopathic hypersomnia has been really bad lately. So, it's possible. There's other things it could be, but, like, it's either narcolepsy or idiopathic hypersomnia, and I think my chances are greater with the idiopathic. So I'm going in for a sleep study. I'm going in for 2 different sleep studies, but I'm staying for like an 18-hour period. So 7 o'clock at night on Thursday, I get to go into the hospital, and I'm going to do the sleep study, like the actual sleep study portion of the test. We're going to do the sleep study, which is just testing, like, hey, how's your breathing? You know, like, how is you, like, what are the cycles you're going into? Like, how deep do they go? And depending on the results of that, which they should know, basically, as they're sitting and watching, then in the morning we will do the multiple latency sleep study. There's sleep test. Multiple latency sleep test, which is, every 2 hours you get a 20-minute nap, which, if you don't know me and you haven't heard this story already, I nap a lot. So I don't think I'm going to take all the naps in terms of, like, falling asleep. I don't think I'm going to fall asleep that quickly because I don't normally fall asleep that quickly. If I'm taking a nap, sometimes I'll crash and sometimes I won't. So we'll see. They might just give me more time. Who knows? I don't know how it works. But that goes till 4:30 the next day. So I'm there for a while for sure. And then I get to go home, and then we'll find out what it is. And then after that, I have to schedule a follow-up with my pulmonologist, who is the sleep doctor, because we're going to try to put me on medication, which should help with my energy levels. In terms of, like, recent times, like, I feel like it would be really helpful right now because my internship, I can only do so many hours. Like, I can only work till, like, 2 o'clock before I either have a migraine or I'm, like, ready for a nap to the point I'm not functional and, like, trying to have conversations with people in a professional setting. It's just really difficult. So we'll see. I'm really hopeful that it should help a lot. But I have to go get this COVID test, so I have to really pay attention to the exits because I'm on 94. I'm on the interstate, so, like, I don't know what you guys have, but Wisconsin has 94. So, in 94, in a certain area of the state, gets really congested, if you know what I mean. So, I have to go pay attention to my maps, I think. But thanks for talking to me. I appreciate it. Not like you guys have a choice. But this vlog is going to be very long, and I'm sorry. But I'm going to try to film every day this week, maybe. We'll try doing a week vlog, but I feel like that's going to be really long, and I feel like people aren't going to stick around, so maybe we'll chunk it up a little bit. But this is part of the sleep study, is kind of like explaining what's going on. Yeah. All right. I got to go. People are being stupid. Bye. Hi, guys. Good morning. Oh, I'm tired. So today is the day of the sleep study, meaning I'm going in at like 7 o'clock tonight. To sleep overnight at the hospital. So, it is 7 o'clock in the morning, and I am at the apartment still. So I have to pack and I have to shower because you have to shower the day of. And I have to pack a little more carefully because I need to, like, set aside, like, oh, this is the stuff I'm going to use at my house for the weekend. I have a couple things I have to do today. Sunshine has to get dropped off at my parents' house. But my dad's going to be home all day tomorrow. So she can hang out with him and Toby. And so that should be all good. So I have to drop her off at home. And then the rest of my compression socks came in. So I have to go try on the waist highs and get those. Which I made a video about. I just haven't edited it yet. And then I'm going to head to my grandma's house, which my grandma lives by the hospital. So she's going to end up driving me to the hospital so that I don't have to, like, worry about parking and whatever. We'll have the sleep study, and I don't know how much of the sleep study I can vlog, but I'll try my best. Okay, well, I gotta go get ready. So everybody told Sunshine to take her Benadryl. Alright guys, I made it to the hospital, but I like have no idea where I'm going. We're trying our best. But I'm in. Alright, so I made it and I'm like in the like part of the hospital that's like super quiet. Basically I kept reading the directions wrong, so I made my program to drive all the way around the building. I came in and I was like, I don't know where I'm going anymore. I keep reading the directions wrong. Obviously, I'm a mess. And they're like, well, you're gonna take the long way through the hospital. So I walked through like all the clinics, radiology. Like I walked my normal way, like I normally do through the hospital. But then there was like this back area, and then I took this elevator that was in like the back way. And now I'm here, and this is kind of what it looks like. I'm showing the name of the hospital. I'm the sleep lab, so they scheduled me for 7, and they don't even open till 7:30, so your girl's just gonna chill, but like it's okay. Like I'm not anxious because like this area is like there's nobody else here, so I get to hang out here for however long until someone comes get me. So yeah. I don't know how much I'll vlog, but I'm gonna try to vlog as much as I can because it'll be an interesting experience. So, all right, so I'm in the sleep study. So I'm trying to be quiet because the loudspeaker was like, "We want our patients to sleep and heal, so like be quiet." So this is the cute little room I'm in. So there's a chair there, there's the TV, and there's a bathroom, and there's like a sink over here. Hello. Got a little desk here. I think this is a CPAP. And then here's the bed. Pretty comfy, but I brought my own pillow because sometimes my neck is particular. And they've got this nice little recliner for me to sit in. Windows are closed. It's really cute. So I'm gonna get my PJs on because they told me I could. So. Alright guys, so I'm all hooked up. They're in my face, they're in my hair. Here's the motherboard for you. The only thing that's not in is those little nasal cannulas. It's going to tell them if I'm breathing in my sleep, which I would hope I am. But yeah, it's all itchy. It's just itchy. So I got my little setup here. I got an extra blanket. And basically, so they're going to have me do a couple movements to make sure like the electrodes are working okay. And so that they have like a baseline, and then I'm gonna go to bed, and then in the morning they'll decide whether, or they'll let me know whether I'm doing the next test, which is the napping test, which I can explain to you guys later during my 2-hour free time. But yeah, and they give me breakfast, so wish me luck. I don't like sleeping with a bunch of things on. It usually is like a sensory thing. It's hard to sleep, but we're gonna do it. We can do it. So positive vibes. Hi guys, so I did not sleep well last night, which I kind of expected, honestly. It's a little awkward vlogging because I've got like the little eye above the TV, but I got some of my wires off this morning. I woke up at 5:30 and I was like, gosh, I gotta pee. I've got overactive bladder. It's time to go, which hasn't been an issue lately, but for whatever reason, there it was. I felt like I tossed and turned a lot. I woke up a couple times to like stare at the ceiling, I guess, because I was trying really hard not to check on my phone because I knew I knew it was like an observation kind of thing. So, but I ended up sleeping about 6-7 hours, so I think that was pretty good. Now I am ordering room service breakfast, and then I'm going to work on my final and probably fix some Thomas and stuff and edit so that I can be a little productive before my first nap. Alright, hi guys, so I just finished my first nap, which was at 8 a.m. The next one's at 10. I might have fallen asleep, but like I don't think I did, which is okay. My brain's a mile a minute in the morning and then slows down towards the afternoon, so I have a paper to work on, so I'm gonna do that, but I'm attached to my wonderful rainbow tail here. And yeah, just gonna work on a paper and chill out. All right, guys, I'm on a walk. So I didn't sleep at all for the second nap, which sucks. But I did tell them it's usually in the afternoon where I get really tired, so yeah. I feel tired, but my brain is all like ADHD and all like really active brain. So yeah, my plan right now is to just kind of, I've been pacing a little bit because, in a normal day I would be up and walking and doing things. So I'm trying to replicate that a little bit. And also my shoulders and neck are getting stiff from laying down for longer periods of time. So yeah, I think I'm gonna head back to my room now and do some work. So yeah. All right, guys, I am home. It is the next day. Here's Toby. So I had a really rough afternoon at the sleep study. Basically, we got to right before the last nap and I started crying. I was really upset because basically from my perception, I didn't feel like I had fallen asleep during the naps. And I was really upset because I knew that if I failed the nap section, then it's probably not a sleep disorder, which I definitely don't want to have a sleep disorder. That's kind of the last thing, but if it provides us answers and I can be treated for it, then it would be really helpful. So that I can finally start to live life instead of being trapped by my fatigue. Okay, so basically we did the last nap and then the tech did inform me that I did fall asleep for the naps. But the doctor did comment back and she said that unfortunately that the results indicated that the sleep wasn't abnormal, the fatigue wasn't abnormal. So I'm really disappointed. I'm really upset that we went through all that work and that there's no kind of thing we can do about it, which is kind of just how chronic illness goes. But I've been pushing so hard to try to get through it and try to get through life with the fatigue. And they said they were going to help me, and now I'm scared that they won't, which it happens. So thank you guys for coming with me. At least I feel a lot better knowing that you guys are here to support me. I really appreciate it. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions about the sleep study. Also, my hair is a mess. Welcome. Also, leave a comment if you would like to say hello to Tobeans. He just wants snuggles all day, every day. Thank you guys so much for coming with me, and we will see you guys in whatever I decide to name it next. Bye!